So today we're doing a new video, and we're going to talk about the second half of our business, how it got started, how it got birthed. Pretty much we left off on the other video on moving back to our house. We started fishing, actually back in California. We both fished at the ocean, at the pier, off the jetties, and then I'll let Carlos. My name's Genevieve Rodriguez. My husband Carlos. Sorry. We're here with Character Lures and also Dutch Fork, and we'll also bring in Dutch Fork later on throughout this video. But we just wanted to let you know that we were just simple people that one had a dream, and he ran with it, and so we believe that it's of God that what we're doing right now, because it impacts a lot of people, and that's what we want. We want to give back to the community as well. So with that, go ahead. When did you start fishing? You said you liked fishing when you were young?
No. I did not fish at all when we were young. At all. I didn't really start to learn or try to fish until, my past life, gang days or whatever. I think I've been fishing a handful of times with, my primo Willow or Chongo. We'd go to like San Pedro Pier and go fish off the pier, or me and Chongo would go, toss shrimp off the jetty in Long Beach. But like I said, there's only like a handful of times, so it wasn't just, I'm a fisherman. It was just something I did to get out. It wasn't until 2006 when, I got out, and then me and you, and then for whatever reason, I don't even know how the fishing bug got started, but that's when me and you, started fishing or whatever. And like when we first got started fishing, we'd go fish Santa Ana River lakes. I think that was mainly, or some people call it the toilet bowl. I don't know why. But I think that's what really started us fishing, huh?
I don't remember. I just know I took out my books and my blanket.
Oh yeah, I think it was actually the pier. I think you're right. Mm-hmm. I think it was the piers we started fishing first, and
so there's a little kind of an inside joke. He used to go fishing, and I fished when I was little, but it didn't interest me. So I worked in an office a lot, and so I took my blankets and my books, and I wanted to tan on the jetties or the pier, wherever we were fishing. And one time he said, just try it, just try, fishing. So he rigged everything up, because I don't know how. And so I did. And when I threw it out there, I caught, and I liked the fight. And I believe it was a little tiny baby shark at that time. And I got so excited because he was fighting me to leave, and I wanted to bring him in. And so it was exciting for me. That was like a little rush for me. And after that, I never took books out or blankets. I always fished. So that's how I started fishing with him. And like you said, we did it a lot on the pier and the jetties, just off and on. I used to go looking around for, because we couldn't afford the fishing gear at that time.
We were broke. Not broke back.
So I would go around and either the lakes or where we were fishing, I would look for lures and whatever the people left behind. And pretty much a lot of people leave good stuff behind. And so that's how we started our little toolbox, our tackle box, excuse me. And I would go around every time we'd go, and that's how we would fish with everybody else's leftovers, pretty much.
There was even a time There was even a time we were fishing, I think it was called Jenks Lake up in Big Bear. And we get to this spot. I think my brother Gabriel was with me too, with us at the time. And we get, walk around the backside, and she finds a little 5'6" little ugly stick leaning up against a tree. And till this day, I mean, we still have that, and that's, almost 20 years later. And till this day, that's her lucky fishing rod, and she don't leave home without it, even though I tried to hide that damn thing. But yeah, we started fishing with nothing. Like ugly sticks, I think, is what we really got started with. And that's the only reason how I learned about ugly stick, I remember, is when we lived in Covina. I don't remember his name, but there was a church dude, a church dude, I worked with him doing like construction. And we went to go to one of his buddies' house. I don't remember why. And one of his buddies had like a 7-foot ultralight ugly stick. And I was like, dang, that's nice, dude. And he's like, here. And we were going fishing, I think, like that week, the following weekend. He was like, here, try it. And we went fishing, fell in love with ugly sticks. And that's all we used forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we used forever until like the last 6 years, we kind of started upgrading, if you will, although ugly sticks are still awesome rods.
I think what sold me on ugly stick back in that day is that ugly stick that I found somebody left behind. We were fishing on the pier and I threw out, and I thought it was a big fish. It was fighting me. It was going in circles, and I thought, boy, it's going to be hard to pull him up from the pier, the ocean to the pier up. And he fought me, but I kept on reeling, and it was a 4-foot eel, ugly looking thing. But I caught it on that rod, and so ever since then we would fish ugly stick. So moving forward, do you want us to do the 2015? From California, we came to Idaho. Nicest place back in the day. It was so quiet. No helicopters. None of that.
No ghetto birds.
No ghetto birds. Like California traffic. It was so quiet. And I think he mentioned in the last video, it was so quiet that, people would leave their doors open, their cars, the keys in the car. I mean, it was just, you could leave anything outside. Now you can't. It's different. But we moved out here, and it was a good, wise decision. And because there's nothing but a lot of outdoor activity, lakes, ponds.
There's water or rivers everywhere you turn.
Yeah, so that's how we started fishing as well. We carried what we brought from California here and did the same thing. I looked around for lures and different things so we can fish. We can have things to fish, and that's how we started. So I want to move forward because I know that's pretty boring. I'm already done with that, but I really want to start off where you had a dream.
Martin Luther King up on here.
Yeah. So I'll let him take over.
I think, if I remember correctly, it was around September, October. And I think at that time too, I was working in the mine still, no? So I was gone 2 weeks, home 1 week. And mind you, we've become good trout fishermen, because that's all we did. And to this day, I still like to think we're pretty damn good at trout fishing, which is easy, but it's not. So one day, I'm home and, of course we fish here or whatever, but one day we're sleeping or whatever. I wake up at 3:00 in the morning. And mind you, I don't believe I remember ever thinking, oh, I want to make fishing tackle or anything like that. But, I felt led. I felt God told me to make fishing lures. And, people look at me like, huh? When I tell them that. But I know it wasn't a me idea.
It's a God idea.
But, so she wakes up I don't know. I woke up. I don't even know if maybe I woke her up. I don't remember. And I was like, hey, what did I tell you? Do you remember?
He woke up and he said, I think I want to paint lures. And I'm like, okay,
Go
go back to bed. I thought he was dreaming. I actually thought he was dreaming because he does do that. He would, when he used to work in friggin' Alaska, he'd come home and he thought he was working on the boat, I guess, pulling nets, because he'd sit up and that's what he'd do. So that's what I thought when he said, I want to make lures. I'm like, all right, he's on another
I'm sure many of
trip.
you know you've woken up and started maybe working in your sleep or something. And if you haven't, I have.
Many times.
I know plenty of people who have. So that's how making fishing tackle came about. And I didn't know. So I knew I've always drawn my whole life. I tattooed for almost 20 years on and off. So I'm artistic. But like airbrushing or something like that, I've never done. So YouTube became my best friend. And, at first I bought really, some cheaper airbrushes like the Iwata Neos, which are really good. I bought a Harbor Freight air compressor, the little airbrush air compressors, and started painting. And I can't remember how long after, but I had a small 401k and $700. So I pulled it all out. I pulled out all the $700. I think that was after the taxes and fees and whatnot, and dumped all that 700 into, airbrushes, the compressor, building me a little table, which we started in our washroom, which is like 9 feet by 9 feet, and there's washer and dryer in there. So it's not like I had the whole thing. I had a little 4 foot by 4 foot table that, remember, I built with 1 inch PVC or something like that. Just built a frame around it, put poster board around it, and then built like a little small rack system that hangs spoon lures, because that's all we did when we first started, was spoon lures. We didn't do nothing else at all. And at the time I didn't know crap about crap, so I went to Walmart, bought some of that Walmart paint, and I was epoxying, like the 5-minute epoxy at the time. And when we first started, I was doing it was Christmas ornaments, I think we did. So we did like sports teams or names, customized them that way, and that's how it kind of started. I didn't start just painting and selling or nothing like that. It was more for ornament or, just to hang or something like that.
Well, for every Christmas, his mother would, everybody in the family would do something in exchange, make some kind of ornament in exchange.
Okay, ornament.
That's how the ornament with the fishing lure came about. And so that we gave her one and the family. And so that's how that, we started advertising that, putting the lure in the ornament. Mm-hmm. And then that's how we started, and just doing plain paint, like you said, with Walmart paints. But what I want to get to is he would wake up at 1 o'clock. It wouldn't be 2 o'clock in the morning, and he'd say, I have a paint color scheme. He'd get up, go to our little washroom, 5 by 7, 7 by 7, whatever, however big it is. He'd go in there and he'd paint it. And sure enough, we would sell, and we would sell them, and somebody would catch a fish on it. And we thought it was so exciting to do that. So that's how, and to this day, that's what he does. If he has a paint scheme, something drops in his lap, he's running with it at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and has to get it out on paper or whatever on the lures. So that's how Character Lures got birthed. I even think, I'm doing more of the talking, you should. We put some names together, and Character Lures was one of them. And Character Lures, I can't even remember what the other names were, but that's the one that stood out, because we felt at that time that the lure would have such a character to catch the fish, and that's what we stuck with. And so we just feel that that God gave us good ideas, of how it got birthed. And Character Lures stuck with us. So that's, we started that, like he said, coming back from the mines, we'd set up, we set up in our washroom. I'm not sure how we want to do that. And then when he got the job in Michigan, we got the camper, and it had a two bed on the corner. So he gutted all that out, and that became our paint room. And so we were traveling, but we were doing it at a small portion of the business. At the time, we just thought it was a cute little tiny business, taking it with us. He would paint in the camper. And so that, in coming here, it just grew, like just different things. He would have ideas with not just lures. It started becoming with other bigger lures. And I'll let him talk because he's got the fish language. I don't.
1 second. Because the wind is starting to pick up a little bit.
So that's how Character Lures is birthed, and we really feel that it was a God idea for us for whatever reason. And it's mind blowing to see where we started to what we have now. In the other video, he mentioned, yes, we're doing sacrifices, and come this summer, we'll remodel the shack into a little apartment. But right now we're just sacrificing for both businesses, and we don't mind it. I mean, our lights are shut off right now, so you know what I mean? Like if something
Not because we didn't pay the bill, but because there's a power outage. You better clarify.
Yeah, so I mean, we got stuff we can cook with out here, and to us, we don't look at it like that. We just look at it as we're just excited to see what God's going to do in our next chapter. But besides that, we still run the business. You know what I mean? We do whatever we have to for the business. And I wish we had pictures to show, and maybe we can just post later on. We just wanted to share because people have asked us about the business, how we started, and that's basically how it got birthed. Go ahead, and then because I want you to specify on the 2015, and then from there, 2017 is when we started Character Lures.
What happened in 2015?
You went and put your name in that ugly stick.
Oh. So I'll just start from there then?
Yeah, we should start from there.
So like I mentioned in the last video, the Mi Vida Loca video, of course, everybody had Facebook back then. MySpace was gone. Who remembers MySpace? All this other new stuff, TikTok, all this crap wasn't. I don't even think Instagram was around then. If it was, I don't remember. But you see all these contests come across your page, like, oh, enter to win this and enter to win that. And of course, we do it now too. But Ugly Stick, had this contest, enter to win to fish their new GX2 rod. And it's because it was the first time since like 1950 something, 60, 70 something. I can't remember when they started. The first time ever they had changed the style of their rods. And they were going across the US to still promote that it's still an awesome rod to fish with and all that good stuff. So I enter. 3-4 months later, I get a phone call, and it's the video. I don't remember what her title was, but she was like the producer, I guess, huh? She was the video producer. She was like, hey, we'd like to come out. They did all the coasts, all around the coast already, from east to west. And they're like, hey, we haven't done inland yet. We would like to come out and film you. You pick the lake and, tell us more or less when you want to go. So we set it up for... That's Horse Thief, huh? I always get Wild Horse and Alco mixed up with it. So we set it up for Horse Thief, and I don't remember what month or nothing like that. And we've always done well there. We go the day before, and we go to the tackle shop over there, Tackle Tom's. And we're like, hey, how's Horse Thief doing? He's like, oh man, it's been really slow. And I'm like, oh crap, great. So we take off from there and we go. Horse Thief from there is like, what, 30 minutes or so? So we go, we set up, we fish, just me and her, not the camera crew yet. I don't even think they've showed up in town yet. They show up later on that evening. And we go and we fish. And I think in 4 hours, 5 hours, I swear we caught about 50 fish. And we're like, what the hell does he mean slow? But again, we've had a lot of practice. One part we didn't touch in is, when we lived in California, we'd go trout fishing to Santa Ana River Lakes. My wife worked for, who was it at the time? Time Warner? And one coworker there told her about, oh, you guys fish, go try June Lake. So we're like, okay, that's a 6-hour run from LA to June Lake. And that place became our little paradise. And that's where we really learned how to trout fish, working at the tackle store, Ernie's Tackle. Love you guys. That's where I really, really, really got to learn and hone into, trout fishing skills. Different styles of fishing, spoons, spinners, bait, trolling. But so coming, going back to the ugly stick deal, they were like, we go back to our room after that day of fishing, and the producer, we meet with the crew or whatever. And next day we get up, we go, and we're scheduled to shoot for 2 days. We set up, and we start fishing. We're fishing, and maybe I'll do a video on our setup, which it's a lot of people do it. But egg sinker, slip sinker, leader, and power bait, because we weren't a company at that time in 2015. And but one trick to how I do it, how I like to do it anyway, is it's a California thing as far as I know, and I'm sure it's caught on everywhere else, but it's called like a power mouse, where you already know the floating mice tail. You get a treble hook, pop off the head if it has the head, hook it on, let the tail stick out, and then you put the power bait ball around the treble hook. So that tail in the water is just, dangling, and we're fishing throughout the day and just nonstop action and just little dinker trout, nothing crazy. And do you remember there was 2 older dudes, maybe 20 yards, 30 yards away, fishing that came after we were already there, and they aren't catching a damn thing. And the old man, he sees us filming, and the guy was like, he finally, after we're nonstop, he come over, dude, what are you doing? What are you using? So I set him up exactly how we're set up. And not even 10 minutes later, he has his first fish. Power mouse. He was all excited. And, but, we kept fishing and whatnot. And I think we ended up with 33 fish in 6 hours.
6, yeah.
And we released all of them. And, we're scheduled to shoot for 2 days, finished in 6 hours. And, when did we move to California or Idaho? 2009?
The latter of 2008.
And then, so some Californians got to represent Idaho in that video, which was awesome. I'm going to make me a t-shirt now because Idaho don't like Californians. And although, people now, oh, you're native, you've been here long. But I think I'm going to make me a shirt. I'm going off topic real quick. I'm going to make me a shirt. I'm going to say, what is it? I'm a Californian trapped in, oh no, I'm an Idahoan trapped in a California body. Something stupid. But, so we do that video, right? Whatever. And we just keep going about. And then that's, jump 2 years later. That's when the $700 in a dream kind of came about. And then, we do the ornaments, and we just start growing from there as far as spoon lures. And we did spoon lures forever.
We still do them,
Yeah, we still do them.
but that's the lower part of the business. I mean, they move. It's a natural. They move regularly, but we have other stuff that's dropped. Everything that we've done, pretty much is dropped in our lap. I mean, we started the Character Lures 2017. We're pushing a lot of gear. Then the hot shots, that's what they're called, dropped in our lap.
Hold on.
And I'll let you say. We're not supposed to say hot shots.
No, I don't care about that.
But
No.
because it goes live. Excuse me, but that dropped in our lap, and then I'll let him tell you how and what.
No, I was just gonna say, like even when we started in 2017, we didn't push because we were traveling for work. Like she mentioned, going to Michigan and all that stuff. I was always gone, and I think I mentioned this in the last video. I mentioned maybe some of it, but I was always gone. I was in the drilling field, so I was only home 13 weeks a year, so I was never home. So even though we started Character Lures, it was more like a hobby, no?
Mm-hmm.
It was more like a hobby then. And, so I was doing drilling. I was there doing that for 3 years, and I did Alaska commercial salmon fishing for, I think, 3 seasons. And then crane operating, which we traveled Washington, Michigan, Mississippi, Alabama, all that, came back. And so we really didn't start pushing till we made a choice to finally come home permanently, about 5 years ago now?
Mm-hmm.
About 5 years ago now.
I'm counting the years. I still use my fingers to count,
I use my toes.
so I don't want to think.
But so we really didn't start pushing Character Lures until we came back. So all of how what we have now, it kind of really came about the last 5 years or so.
What? Well, I think it was even before that, because the license says 2017, so we actually got licensed 2017. So all of this other birthing stuff probably started a little bit before that, but not pushing it as much.
Yeah, no.
But I want you to moving forward. I want you to let everybody know how it was when the hot shots dropped in your lap.
They didn't necessarily drop in my lap.
They did, because we weren't looking for them. And we didn't know what to call them.
So what was it? We were talking to Joe from New York, no?
Mm-hmm.
I might butcher his name, but Joe Fragamani is a guide in New York, Pulaski, New York. And
You can leave last names out.
too late now. And what was it? I think 40s at the time were, hot shot 40s were the business out there, from what he had said. And, I've never been in New York, so I don't know. Excuse me. I don't even think I had ever plugged fish before that. Well, even a step behind that. There was a guy named, I think we were still in Alco, and our shop at the time was a 24-foot cargo trailer, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A 24-foot cargo trailer that we would tow with us. And Winston, he's over here in the PNW, was the first person to ever, I think he's seen one of the paint patterns I did on a spoon lure or something. He's like, hey, can you do that on this? And I think at the time it was a tadpole. I believe it was a tadpole. I'm like, yeah, sure. I had never even painted a plug in my life, but I'm like, yep, I can. And that kind of birthed the custom painting things, starting of custom painting plugs. Because until then, I didn't know what the heck a plug was. and I had never touched
And
one.
there's some people out there that don't know what a plug is. So it's basically the hot shot, the old hot shot that they used to do back in the day.
There's a bunch of different plugs.
But
Again, going back to Joe, let's talk about 40s. So we made a mold of the 40s. That was our first mold, right? That was our first mold. And then I think we had that mold for a year. And then people were like, are you going to make a 30 and a 35? And at the time, I don't think we really had intentions. We didn't know what we were going to do, what we were going to expect. We were just like, we'll make a 40 and see what happens. And then we had quite a bit of request for the 30s and 35s. So we're like, you know what? We'll just make it. And it was perfect timing. It seemed like almost a handoff from the big box company who had the hot shots at the time, because it was like right at the same time they stopped making them, we started making them. So it almost seemed like just a handoff. And
so where did you get the name Locos? We were trying to figure out a name.
From Joe. Remember, I think we were in the drive-thru at like Jack and a Crack or something. And because there was that local spoon that LJ made, and we were thinking of making that too back then. So we called it, instead of calling it a hot shot, which you can't, we called it a loco. Or that's how that went about, no?
Mm-hmm.
So we called them locos, so that's how that name came about. So then we like we said, it almost was like a transition. Our molds are not their molds. We've had our own made, but they're good. And then at the time we only had chrome, and then I think we ventured into the prisms, and then we had
What size of the prisms do you have? So right now...
40, 30, 35.
Okay, and then the Locos, the same?
That is locos.
Okay, the prisms, what are the sizes?
40, 30, 35.
Okay. Just so everybody knows what we carry.
And then what we actually ventured into, we remade the Tadpole and renamed it the Kraken. And the Kraken name is kind of because everybody knows the myth of the Kraken, right? King comes from the deep or whatever. It's more like, we kind of brought this thing back from, the depths that it was tossed into, unfortunately. So we brought that back, and then we did what they never did and made it into a prism as well. So we have the standard Kraken, and then we have the tiny. We don't have a Magnum, and I don't think we have plans on ever making one. But then from there, it kind of, just grew from that. No, then we started doing spinner blades and Dodgers, and then casting spinners, and then we'll get into Dutch. No.
So I want to just kind of go back to the first video. Carlos has been out for 20 years, out of prison. He came out with just the clothes on his back. And so from that to what God has blessed him now is just mind-blowing. And it was just because of a decision, a choice. It was God leading him, guiding him, and us meeting together. Yes, I'm older. Everybody wants to know the story, and maybe later on we'll do that. But I was abused in my life, my past life, and so I found somebody that really knows how to take care of a woman. And so that's how that happened. I really believe there's just a story behind that. But anyhow, he didn't have anything, and for what he had to what he has now, it's just the blessings of the Lord, really, Yes, we're sacrificing, but we have a house, we have other stuff. We have land that we rent out. This business, if he wouldn't have had the passion or the drive to even do it,
If I wouldn't have listened.
if he wouldn't have listened, and went back to sleep and didn't fulfill his dream. So Martin Luther, what's his name? Martin Luther King.
No, Martin Luther King?
Yeah, no, I was saying Lure
Martin
King.
Lure King?
I always want to make a lure that says Martin Luther King, because he had a dream, and so I want to.
Just so you guys know, this is not like some scripted crap.
Yeah,
This
we're
is just
just-
us talking.
This is what we do pretty much every day until we discuss business. But pretty much he runs with it. I help. I'll back him up 100%.
She does.
Because I don't even touch fish when I catch him. I'll wait there till he gets whatever. I'll wait until he is done, and I will not touch the fish, period.
Still leave that bastard dangling on the line like, hey, hurry up. I want to get back out
And
there.
so for the business, every decision, we discuss it, and sometimes he just runs with it because he knows the industry. I don't really know too much about it.
I know a little bit.
He paints each one by hand. Each one, a lot of people too, and just to throw that out there, we don't have time to go out there and look at other people's, paint schemes and all that, because we've been accused of a lot of stuff, and I want to throw that out there. A lot of the paint schemes he gets is from fishermen that want their color in that area. So, or something that that he woke up with, or he had an idea. We don't have time to go on the page and look at what everybody's doing.
Some colors are older colors that I did.
Yeah, but there's a lot of guys that tell you that's what they want because they're older colors. What I'm trying to say is we don't have time to go out there and try to find everybody. I mean, the fishing industry is so big. Good luck. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. We're doing us, and so I just want to throw that out there. We've been accused of, or he has copying people's schemes. I mean, that's childish for one. Two, it's just we don't got time for that. And so everything we do is pretty much word of mouth. Fishermen from Oregon to Washington to California, people say, "Can you do this color?" And so he puts it together. And so that's and sometimes they show him pictures of old stuff, and he brings it back. So that's where a lot of our colors come from. Is that, just so everybody knows. Like I said, other people that do painting out there, good luck. Run with your business, run with your passion. You'll get a long way just doing you, boo.
And honey
boo boo.
And we wish people in the same industry, some would call us competitors. And if that's how anybody wants to look at it, fine, we're competitors. But I wish every single one of you nothing but huge success in all you do. And there's a few guys that I've, had small words or issues with, and we've talked, and, in my opinion, we're cool. But away from all that, because I didn't know we were going that route.
I didn't either. It just came out. I just thought I'd throw it out there.
My buddy, so there was this one time, like she said, we used to do custom paint jobs, and my buddy, I'm going to mention his last name because it's also a first name. My buddy Chris George, my brother. He's like, "Hey, have you ever heard of these ghost blades?" I'm like, "What the heck is that?" So he sent me these polycarbonate clear Colorado blades. I'm like, "No, they look cool, Never heard of them, nothing like that. But so he sends them to me, a custom paint them for him. He goes out, fishes the heck out of them, catches good fish. And I tagged the company at the time when I painted them, shared them. I tagged the company. It was Dutch Fork Custom Lures. And I tagged the company, and the owner responded, "Hey, good job," or whatever it was. And that was it. That was where that left. And then maybe a year later, that the owner, Keith, reached out, which that company was in Pennsylvania. that owner reached out because he was selling basically. So, we struck a deal with him. And when we say we bought Dutch Fork,
We're buying.
We put a down payment and we make a monthly payment every month. Sometimes I'm late.
So let's just throw it out there.
on purpose, but
we bought our house. Excuse me, I interrupted you
you're
again.
good. You're good.
But when we bought the
It's
house, it's normal. So we bought the house in 2015, something like that, and we paid $68,000 for a house. So that being said, we
Cash out refinanced.
we financed our house, and we thought it was another open door because this guy was selling. He wanted to get out of the business, that business. And he's the one that birthed Dutch Fork, which is established in the pretty much East Coast,
The Great
Pennsylvania,
Lakes. Great Lakes
up
area.
there. And so we thought we just went with it. And so we borrowed money in the house and we're purchasing it. We haven't paid it yet. We're paying monthly payments, but that's how we got Dutch Fork in 2022. I think it's 2023. So go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know, 2.5, 3 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, even when we got Dutch Fork back, it sat here in the driveway under a tarp in winter. No. It went to a storage first.
Mm-hmm.
We put it in a storage first. And then, what the hell? I think, was it when this was built, the shop was built?
This wasn't built yet. We had a tent out there.
Oh, that's right. We had one of them Harbor Freight carport tents.
And the trailer that you were working out of.
And we were just trying to make it work. The storages here were expensive for like a small one. It was like $125 a month.
Excuse me.
And me, I'm a kind of a trial by fire kind of person. So the Dutch Fork website was off the whole time when we went. We went to Pennsylvania. Keith let us stay with him and his girlfriend.
And thank you for that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for believing in us and trusting us.
Yeah, they didn't even know us and opened our door.
And it was cool. And I got to hang out with them for a few days, pack up all the stuff there. Had a dude bring it back because I didn't want to drive it. I think it was it winter? I think it was winter. Or it was close to it. It was maybe fall.
March.
Was it March? Okay. And had a dude drive it back. And it wasn't until I think May when we finally flipped the switch on the Dutch Fork website, turned it on, and orders started pouring in, and I didn't know a damn thing about Dutch Fork, colors is colors. I could look at a color and kind of piece it together. But, even till now, we're still getting used to Dutch Fork as far as just, I guess, the volume it does. Because with Character Lures, we did good, but not like what Dutch Fork did.
Because it was already established. Dutch Fork is more of the plastic gear, the spinner blades, everything's
Beads.
plastic, beads.
Beads that you can't find anywhere else. Some.
So it's pretty much different. So we wanted to introduce this section, Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, to
The West Coast.
Dutch Fork, and then in turn, Keith has been a big help for us to introduce Character Lures in the Pennsylvania Great Lakes area.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of.
He's the one who helped get us into Fish USA.
Yeah, he's the one that we went when we were there visiting him to do the final on the business. He took us to Fish USA, and that's how we met.
Fish USA invited us to come take a tour of their facility. And Dutch Fork is already in Fish USA at the time, so it was awesome that Fish USA accepted us with open arms and brought in Character Lure side, and that really helped us grow, I think, a lot faster too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where else do you want to go with this?
Well, we just we would back in the day we would support. We were both working. We would support the business and then support us. But Character Lures took off on its own, where it supports pretty much itself, and Dutch Fork as well. People see a big shop and they see, oh, you got two businesses. Oh no, we got two big bills
They
as
think
well.
they think you. Well, Character Lures, we don't owe money on.
No, but I'm saying like to order
Dutch
the
Fork is an expensive bill.
But even the merchandise, what comes in on both businesses goes right out. We don't even see it. Maybe when we go eat breakfast here and there.
It treats us to breakfast or dinner once in a while.
Yeah, so it does all, that. Sometimes, I think it pays our phones, but as far as us going on a vacation and going fishing,
None of that.
going to Alaska, because we have two businesses, it ain't happening right now.
And people always say, oh, you must get to go fish a lot. No, I'm too busy building your damn stuff, which it's what I chose, so it's okay. But no, we don't get to fish as much as others do, which is okay
like
for
we
now.
used to. Yeah, we'll sometimes we just have to close our eyes just to get a breather, and we'll go out just to fish. And if we wait till everything's done, it ain't gonna happen. It's him and I. He paints everything by hand, and then I'll rig
For both companies.
for both companies. I'll rig and package them, and then we ship here. We do everything here.
Yeah. It's
So,
just me and her and I that do every single thing. The barcoding. She does the packaging. She's our hooker. She's my hooker.
I'm the hooker. We also do apparel at a small volume, like what I'm wearing, what he's wearing. We do T-shirts and all that. We don't. That's not our main focus, but we'll do them for people. We can pretty much do anything what you want. We have done cups. So a lot of the stuff is just grown. What we're doing. Character Lures has its own little character. It's all Metal Gear. We do Dodgers now. He picked up Dodgers and just a whole lot of stuff. If you want to go to the website,
Our new Redeemer spoon.
the Redeemer that just came out, spoon that dropped in your lap thanks to a certain person. I don't know if he wants to be mentioned, but he knows who he is. He even did a set.
No,
Apparently,
we can't.
okay. You know who you are. I don't need to tell them, but thank you, because he believed in us, and I do want to say too, my husband, his mom passed away 3 years ago. His dad passed away 2013 when he was 13, and
Last time I saw him, I was 8. He died when I was 13.
yeah. So just a lifestyle. This is why we wanted to do the video, because we want to let people know when you have a passion, run with it. If you fail, that's good. You just pick yourself up and just do it. If it doesn't work out, then you try the next thing that comes in. But don't give up. And that's what we want to get to. We're just a simple people that just live a normal life, and we help what we can. We've been doing it for 3 years now. We'll give out free lures to the kids here in our city. And we thought, since we had extra, it's nice to see the child get happy because they're getting a prize for one, and then when they go fishing, they get excited. To catch that one fish on our lure is it pretty exciting. So we do that. So there's certain things we do. People will ask. They have certain events. We'll donate to certain events. It's just a privilege that we're able to give back like that. And. We're just grateful that God has done this, and like I said, it's going to move to another level, we believe. And at that time, if we can find and hire a few good workers, and then we'll do that. But right now, it's just him and I. So be patient.
So that's why we're slow.
We'll be patient, because we get the lures out as the dates. The date that comes in, that's the one that's going out. We're not going to put somebody in front of the other. As they come in is how we send them out. So in the summer, it's really busy. So if you want to keep in mind, if you want to keep in mind to order now, So you get your stuff ahead of time, because once spring comes ahead, it's like Christmas. You want to go shopping for your gift on the 24th.
Everybody gets the bug from hiding inside all winter.
Yeah, so if you want to get ahead of the game, I mean, feel free to. I think it'd be a lot better to order now, and then you have your stuff for the summer or your spring or whatever. So, Character Lures, we're here for you. We don't answer the phone a lot because if we did, we wouldn't get anything done. So
My
it's
face
better
is
to
buried in a
email.
face mask.
If you can email us, even if we
Or
answered the
Facebook
phone,
message.
if we had the phones in the shop, we wouldn't be able to hear because of the airbrush and air compressor. But if you email us, we stop for lunch or break, and we can look at the emails and see and hopefully respond to you accordingly. You know, please forgive us for slacking on that as well. Last year wasn't a real good year for us, only because we took on foster kids that dropped in our lap, and I think a lot of you know that because my husband did a video. It's just something that happened. We had them for 6 months, but 3 months, April, May, June, July, 4 months. And so it kind of got us behind because they were our priority, you know. But now we want to go full force. We're challenging ourselves to get organized, and have a lot of materials and that stuff so we can please the customer. And those that aren't pleased, I think it's just your nature, your natural. You just complain about everything, because I was there. I used to complain about everything until I saw someone else complaining and almost slapped me in the face. Doesn't do you any good. So communication's powerful. If there's something you don't like, something that we did wrong, let's talk about it, and we can resolve it and get to business, and you can get to your fishing. Anything else? I'm gonna give the websites after at the end. How do you feel? I want to ask you how you feel now. Like, what do you feel? Because I did all the talking I wasn't supposed to.
Gum flapper.
Shush.
Feel about what?
About the business, like about where you came from it to what you're doing now. I said what I felt. I think it's a blessing. It's a lot of hard work and sacrifice, but
Like I said, I mean, as far as getting out of prison with nothing
to what you have now.
to now, first of all, blessed is an understatement, but also you, because besides God, you. If it wasn't for you believing in me when I had nothing, and you always trying to make me a better person, and you seeing that in me helped me a lot more.
Thank you for that.
And to this day, you're 100% behind me in any decision, whether stupid or not. You're there for me. And
Let me just throw that out there. This is not my passion. This is his passion, but I'm behind him 100%, and we're going to see this through, see it to wherever it goes, My passion is photography and
videography.
Doing videos and stuff like that. This is what I used to do at Time Warner, but I'll make him stop or in the middle of the driving, and I'll see a picture in the sky, and I want a picture, and he thinks I'm crazy, but I could see something,
I know
so
you're crazy.
That's me. Anyhow, this is our business. We're in this together, and I seen his, the passion means a lot. When you see a drive in somebody, you push them to do whatever. Do we agree on everything? Mm-hmm. Hell no. We don't, because he sees it one way, I see it another. And but as long as it gets done, that's all that matters. So I mean, it's with everything, with marriage, communication, partner in the business. We don't agree with a lot of things, but we get it done. And so he knows more of the industry than I do. So I respect that the decision he makes is the right one. So
And I'm still learning. Like, although we've done this for a while, I don't know crap. There's always something I can learn, whether a new painting technique or rigging or anything. I don't know crap. I don't know crap about business, running a business. I wing it every day. You know, I throw crap at a wall and see what sticks. Kind of. I mean, we've gotten better at it, you know, as learning as we go, but come 2026 with what we have going on, which we won't say, we're really going to have to buckle down, and especially me, my time management kind of sucks. But with what we have coming and going on,
it's a blessing.
it's a blessing. Yeah. And, you know, I tell this to certain people, but this business isn't ours in my way. In my eyes, it's our, what do you call it? What the heck is that word? It's, lights are on. It's our,
Ooh, the lights should.
it's our way of outreach. Not our, what the heck
Ministry.
is it? Yes, it's our ministry. So if you buy some of our plugs or our Redeemer spoon or certain things of ours, there's a scripture on it. It's our name, the size of it, and all that. But there's a scripture on it, and it's Matthew, and it's follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. So it's on our packaging as well. But it's our way of, you know, trying to reach people.
It's a question. It's a piece that people ask, or they'll see the 3 crosses on our stickers and our truck and everything, you know. I do want to bring out, and that's what I wanted to bring out earlier. It was, I am so grateful that I was bringing up his mom and dad passed. He's the older brother. He's got 2 other brothers and a sister. They really don't communicate for whatever reason. Everybody has a life and everybody's busy. They live all in different places. It's like my family, you know, everybody's all scattered. But being that he's the older, and I just really feel like he didn't have like an older brother to talk to, you know. His brothers, and they know, I think they know, but they don't. If they ever needed something, they can ask him, and he'll try to do whatever he can, like we did with his sister.
Even if we don't talk or on the best terms.
And so, but I'm really grateful that God has brought him, and I tell him this a lot, bigger brothers in his life. And they give him opinions. They're hard on him sometimes, but they're able to communicate. Rob, thank you so much. Rob Matthews.
I thought you said no last name.
I know, but how many Robs do you know? You know, and even meeting good professional fishermen. You know, there's one that everybody looks up to, and I don't know if I don't want to mention his name because we didn't ask him, but he's good friends with him. He can call him and ask him for advice, and he'll give him advice. There's another one in Oregon that also trusted us with part of his business, and he's the hardest one. He will crack down on Carlos if he don't see doing right. Bill, yeah.
Bill Williamson.
And
thank you.
But yeah, and just professional people that have been in the industry for a long time that give him advice.
I can't forget one person.
Keith, you know what I mean? Keith, you know, you're on the other side of the world.
The previous owner of Dutch Fork.
And yeah, and
but he's not the one person.
No.
Ed Forrestal.
Ed, thank you. Ed we've never met you in person, but we feel like we know you, and he calls you every so often, and vice versa.
Minnesota, eh?
And Carlos has a group of a handful of men that are older.
No.
That give him advice.
Yeah.
He's in Minnesota.
I think so.
And they're like big brothers to him. And I just want to tell you thank you, because he didn't have that. And that, you know, and there's another one, may he rest in peace, is what's his first name? Cox. Another man down the line that we do the clevises and polyclevises. There was a man in Washington. I can't think of his name right offhand, but his last name is Cox. Everybody knows him, and it's what's the business called? Got some clevis. He wanted somebody to take over because he was very sick. He had lung cancer.
He passed away, unfortunately.
And he found Carlos, and then we got to talking, and he cried when we picked up the equipment. I don't want to cry because I can remember his face. It was his passion to do that. And he trusted us with the clevises. And there was two people. There was us and there was somebody else, but the other person didn't want to sell to the public. And we told him, if we get it, everybody's going to have it. And everybody's going to know about you. That was going to be...
That was his request.
That was his request, yeah.
That everybody gets to enjoy his creation.
But he trusted us, and when we went to pick up the equipment, he literally cried because that was his passion. 2 months later, he passed away. And so that also dropped in our lap that we were looking for, you know. Gosh darn it, I didn't want to cry.
Why you crying?
But I just want to thank you, all you guys that have been out there for him, you know, basically, because when he needs somebody to talk to, because there's a lot of things he can't tell me. I mean, we have an open communication, but like for the industry, or somebody needs to correct him in something, these are the guys, the handful, they direct him, and they're there for him. And I'm so grateful because God brought him some older brothers. And I just want to tell you, if you're out there, I didn't want to cry, but if you're out there and you feel...
It's raining.
Yeah, it's raining. You're alone and you don't know who to turn to. When God brings somebody in your path, that's who you need to share with. We need to know that we're never alone. We may think we are, and we may think that nobody understands it. Even if you're corrected, you know, even if someone corrects you or disciplines you, whatever, it's for a reason. It's to get you back on track for whatever reason, you know, and that's what's happened to Carlos. It wasn't just, yeah, he did the fishing industry and yeah, he grows on whatever ideas, but you know, a lot of these guys come and they just, you know, they're there for him. And I just want to thank all of you. I can't even think, you know, there's a few that I probably haven't mentioned, but these are the core that I mentioned. There's one that also that I'm not going to say, but everybody looks at him as an idol, you know, and for him to cross paths with Carlos, it's just amazing, you know, what God can do in our lives, what he's done in our lives, and what he can do in your life, you know. Doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter if you feel like you're a failure. We all come from that, you know.
We all fail.
We all fail, you know, and that's part of growing, you know. Look at every negativity as a stepping stone and just grow from it. Keep on getting up. Keep on running with your passion, whatever it is. If someone laughs at you, that's because you got something good. If someone talks about you, it's because you're doing something right. You look at it as a compliment and not a put down. So I just wanted to share that, and that's one thing I wanted to get out is in this video was the guys that Carlos has older brothers that he can go to, and that have been for him. They've been there through the 20 years off and on in his life, and I appreciate
Jeremy, Daniel.
Yeah, Jeremy, you're another one. Thank you so much for giving us a chance to put Character Lures in the tackle shop and giving him a job, and you're like a brother, you know. Is to the
Daniel,
both of us.
Even though he's
Daniel,
changed.
You changed, but we love you. And you're another one, you know, like there's like a handful I could just name. Craig. Oh my goodness, you're another one. So thank you.
There's a lot of people.
Thank you, and these are guys that Carlos has a good relationship, you know.
But in saying all that, I also want to thank our customers, because without you guys,
yeah,
there isn't us.
There isn't an us. Yeah, we appreciate what you all do.
So thank you guys for even if you don't buy anything from us, but you comment on our stuff, you interact with us, or you share a post for us, we appreciate you. Even if even your feedback, whether good, negative, constructive, I appreciate it all because it's how I learn. It's how we learn. So I thank all of you. And I ain't crying. You're crying.
Yeah, I was crying because it's been in my heart. But, we're grateful. We're grateful for our customers. We really are. Forgive us if we slacked on a lot of things. If something was wrong, if something comes and it's not the right count, we've had a few people that have helped, and then I'll be one of them. Sometimes I make a lot of mistakes, and I try to. He gets on me. Boy, he's the biggest one. But we're trying our best to get what you guys want out, and that's the important thing, that you get what you're paying for. Fishing is very picky. You fishermen, boy, I told him, I'm gonna throw it out there. You fishermen are picky. You're worse than women shopping at a clothing store. But you have the right to be. You know what I mean? You know what works in your city.
This dot's in the wrong place.
Yeah. You didn't put another dot, and this hook is crooked, and and so on and on. But to me, it makes me laugh. But I know you guys are serious, because for a woman, when we don't get it right either, and we order something, we complain. And so I just never seen it, but I seen it now in this industry. I even told my husband, I'm gonna make a lure that looks like a pacifier, and I'm gonna give it to the crybaby. That's just my joke. Anyhow, but but from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate all of you.
Thank you.
And so if you want to go to our website, characterlures.com.
Or DutchForkCustomLures.com.
And then just put in your order. For Christmas, we do specialties. Well, he does, I should say we, but he paints different ones, and we number them for Christmas.
That's over. Today is Christmas Day, actually.
I know, it's over. But if you got a newborn, or you got a birthday, and you want something done on it, we can do it. You just got to let us know and ahead of time. And like I said, feel free to order early when you can, because come summer, it just gets enormously busy. We're not going to lie.
It's very March,
busy.
From March to August.
To September, actually. And then we do a few shows here and there when we can. But we just wanted to put this second part of the video, because we wanted to let you know that there is hope for you. Because where Carlos came from, prison, and he could have stayed that prison life. He could have went in and out and probably been dead by now, if he didn't make any good choices for himself.
For God and you.
And yeah, but
I'd be doing life.
But
I'd be
it was
dead.
a matter of a choice for you to make that choice and be consistent, regardless if it was hard or not.
Yeah.
And so when we say other video, there's another video. It's called Mi Vida Loca. If you want to look at that, he just goes through his life and how he grew up, and now what God has blessed us with, and what we're doing and what He's doing in our lives. So that's how Character Lures came about, and also Dutch Fork. Everything that dropped in our lap is, we believe that it's of God, because we don't go looking for it. It comes to us pretty much. Kevin Clocks, right?
Yes.
The clevises that also dropped in our lap. So, and we're running with it. And whatever,
Even
next year,
Kevin Brock.
Kevin Brock is another one. And then, so next year, there's a lot more going on that we can't really mention now, but God has opened doors for us, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go to another level, So we're just letting you know that we love all our customers. We love all the people that have invested and even have been there for us through thick and thin.
Invested in our lives.
Invested in our lives. We appreciate you. We love you. And forgive us again for the customers that we've slacked on and made mistakes. We all make mistakes, but it makes us better. It makes us be aware. So with that, I'm done.
With that, God bless. We love you and we appreciate you.
And our lights are on, so now we can go eat breakfast.
Now we can go eat breakfast. Deuces.